statistics of stop and frisk, what they say is that over 30%, are Latino male, and 80% again of those stops, people are really not illegal, but are unaccounted for. Are questionable. And the proportion of those stops that also have to do with our youth, then are particularly concerning, because then we have also what is the school to prison pipeline.
Thank God she's here to make life better.
Stop and frisk and the issue of education are two things that are very much at the heart of what Latino families care about.
And at another question of when we see policies like that, we don't either support them or not. We are very nonpartisan in that sense. However, we exhort the Latino community that if you're unhappy with something like that, but if you see that the percentages are increasing every time, or those who are stop and frisk are a particular group,
then you organize.
Then show that you're unhappy with that. And the best way to do that is by going out and voting.
And going to the polls. Yes.
And voting who we tell you to vote for.
Because that's democracy. That's the
power
of
that's democracy.
Along those lines, and I just
a lot
mentioned
of
this, Latino
uneducated
voters
people being told to
overwhelmingly
vote
seem
for
to favor the Democratic Party. Does that mean they're taken for granted? If Democrats think that they're automatically going to come, can that work to a disadvantage towards Latinos?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that nationally, our numbers are on the rise. So I think that even nationally and definitely locally,
it's called overpopulation.
But do you understand my question? The question is the party.
It's called
the
quality
party
of
knows
life.
Be there.
Sucks.
Why waste my time in either addressing them or taking care of their issues if I know
sheer
that ultimately
numbers end up ruling to the toilet.
That is the power that we as the Latino community have, right?
Yes.
That we have to show both parties, in this case, the three of them, right, the Independents, the Republican, and Democrat, that we value our vote and that they have to court our vote.
Yes,
and
it's not automatic.
It's not automatic. And for the most part, when it comes to the general elections, we're pretty independent. We might come out and vote for one in the primaries, given the demographics, right? But at the
only reason I'm letting this go on is because I want to know who the name is of the boy girl.
Convince us that he's the best candidate is the one that we're going to elect as the Latino community. And we are invested in that, in educating the community, going out and doing voter forums and explaining to them what the process is and how it works.
Yes.
We operated a hotline on Tuesday, and a young
so
lady
reassuring
called.
that you have to explain it to everyone,
right, so
so that they can do what you want them to do.
That this is like the conventions, right? Like convenciones en nuestros países. It's similar to what we do back home, that we do the primaries. It's not that everybody gets to vote, only those who are registered under one particular party gets to elect those who are going to run in November or November 5th.
Do you get as frustrated as I do in seeing low voter turnout among Latinos, especially in places like Puerto Rico and other places where politics is a national pastime? And back home, it's such a passion, yet here, when it's time to pull a lever for one reason or other, they don't show out in big numbers. That frustrates me. Does it frustrate you?
Definitely. And at least, I'm from Puerto Rico, and it's a huge difference, So, part of it, part of what it is for us to think about is, again, how much of a voice when people come here do they feel they have, and to be able to educate them and help them understand, how to use that voice.
So I'm not allowed to know who her name is?
Public education?
It's public education. There's an equation, and I love math,
wasting my time.
that we believe, right, will get the Latino vote and get the Latino
God, I hate the word
get
we.
Vote.
There is no we. There's no we in democracy.
So if we educate our voters, if we inform them of the election, right, sometimes our voters, in the case of, we work a lot with voter registration, they don't understand the process, and it comes to the day of the election when everybody is trying to get us, then they ask us, I want to vote, am I registered? You have to register prior to an election,
One more time. Information plus education
equals participation.
Yeah, we'll end it on that note. That's good. Thank you, ladies. Coming up next on Tiempo, a historic first. The federal government and the Mexican consulate partner up to protect the rights of Mexican workers. More on that when we come right back. You ready?